What is going on, Devil Squad? Welcome back to another video. My name's Mbix, this is Ian. In this video, I'm doing another Ciaran's Crazy World tutorial. In the last video, we built the fight and mine game down here. And in the, no updates for this, by the way. In this video, we're going to be building the maze tag game. And I want to start out by doing the little redstone mechanism down to the right of it. That chooses who's going to be like the hider and the seeker. So let's get started with that. I'm going to mark out the pathway for it, and I'm going to give you the coordinates here, because we don't have this path. Okay, so let me give you the coordinates. So, and I need a picture of these blocks. Alright, okay, so let's come down to the coordinates. Give me a moment here, I need a picture up. I did take one just before we recorded this, because I destroyed all the floor of this little area, but I didn't keep the little pathway in. I destroyed that as well, like an idiot. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay, got it. So, we're going to come to the coordinates of, let me see here, 357, which is here, and we're going to go to minus 328, which is here. We're then going to go forward a block, so we're going to go to minus 329. What we're going to do is we're going to break out these three blocks here. So we should have 357, 358, and 359 broken out. And then on both sides of this, we're going to have a line wall block up like that. And then you can do line wall in the floor. Behind these line, we're going to have yellow, with then yellow in the floor. We're then going to have lime, with lime in the floor. We're then going to have one more yellow, with yellow in the floor. Okay, just wanted to mark out that little pathway there. I'm also doing this in the plastic texture pack, as we're building out of wall quite a bit in this for this game. But we're also going to need some new materials here. We need purple wool. If I can find that purple wool here. And we also need some red wool, which is here. Okay, so we're going to go to the left of this pathway here. And what we're going to do is, to the left of this yellow, we're going to add a lime. Then we're going to have a purple, a lime, a purple, and a lime. This lime is going to have a torch on top of it. And then we're going to go diagonal one, and we're going to place a purple. And then we're going to alternate every block between purple and lime. So there's going to be a total of, I'm going to do the purples first, then go back in and add the limes. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purples. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're then going to add lime in between all of those. So we should have 5 limes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are then going to transition into red, but we're going to have 2 of those, alternating between red and purple now. And then we're going to have 2 more purples here. This one has a torch on top of it. And I just want to make sure my coordinates all line up right. 350 minus 347, that's correct. What we're going to do is we're going to go diagonal to this purple, and we're going to place a red, which has a torch on top of it, and I can get rid of these materials here for now. We're then going to alternate between red and purple again. So again, I'm going to go for the red, and then I'm going to go back and do the purple. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put 5 purple in between all those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to put a yellow wall to the right of this red. And then we're going to skip a block, do another yellow. And then these 2 are going to be red, with a torch being on this end one here. We're then going to turn, we're going to go diagonal, and we're going to put a yellow. And then we're going to have a purple, a yellow. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 reds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, with yellow in between. There's going to be a torch on this 3rd red here. And then we're going to have a yellow to the right of this 4th fourth red? Yeah, fourth. And then we're going to have 2 limes with 3 yellows in between like this. We're then going to turn, we're going to go diagonal. We're going to do a lime, a yellow, a lime, a yellow, a lime. And then this one over here is going to have a torch. So if I just pan up here, this is what the walls look like of the game so far. And there is also meant to be a torch on this block here. And is there meant to be one on the yellow? Yeah. There's also meant to be one here in this corner. So go ahead and copy that. I'll let you pause and you can go copy. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dig out the entire floor of this game now. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to dig out underneath all these walls. We can keep this grass block in there though. We're going to break out these corners at the back here though, because that's going to be where the graves go. There's 2 graves on this game. We're going to leave that corner grass in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come down below and we need a wall of dirt below us here. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave under the wall empty, and then we're going to come back a block and we're going to do a wall of dirt underneath the grass here. And this is going to go down a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, if I can get down here, 5, 6, 7 blocks deep, and then the floor is going to be the 8th. So counting this grass up here, and also underneath this corner here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to add an 8th layer, and then we're going to do a floor of grass. So we should be standing at Y62 when we get down to the bottom there. And we're going to do that all the way around the game. So just simply continuing this over until we touch this corner grass here. And I'm going to speed this up or cut it out the video, one of the two, and then I'll be back in just a moment when it's all done. Okay, I am back. I have filled in the walls, which are, again, a total of 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with then a floor of grass going at the 8th block level. Okay, so now we can move on to the graves, which go back here. Simply, all we're going to do, the graves go in the back left and right corner, if we come in from the pathway here. We're going to place a torch on this left-hand side. We're going to place a torch that goes, where am I here? Right here. And then on this side, we're going to place a torch that goes here. Both those are going to have blocks of gravel on top. Like so. If I can find where this torch is. There we go. And then the gravel's going to come out one more, like so. Okay, there we go. And now for these graves, we have 2 flowers. There's a poppy on the ends of both of these. And I'm going to need to make some room in my inventory in a minute. So if we just put a poppy on the end of these. And then there's a sign. So the signs are going to say... Okay, so the sign on the right-hand side here is going to say R.I.P. John, Jason's dog. And then the sign on this left-hand side is going to say... This sign on the left here says R.I.P. Dutch, Jason's dog. References to the game Red Dead Redemption, if you haven't played that. Definitely recommend it. They are some really good games, and unfortunately they've been discontinued by Rockstar. But those are references to the Red Dead Redemption series. Okay, so now we've got the graves done. Now let's go down, and we can actually work on this redstone now. So... yeah, right. This redstone isn't too bad, actually. So let's grab, what blocks are these sitting on top of? White wall? Yeah, white wall. So we're going to grab some white wall. I'm in the wrong menu. We're going to grab some yellow wall as well. We're going to grab some redstone dust. We're going to grab a redstone repeater, a redstone torch. We're going to grab some minecart tracks. Where are minecart tracks? Here. So we need regular tracks, we need powered rails, and we need detector rails. And we're also going to need pistons. These are regular pistons. Okay, so let's get started with this redstone then. What we're going to do is we're going to come back up here, and we're going to add on to this floor by a block. So right behind this last tree of yellow here, we're going to place one yellow right in the middle, which is going to have a lever on top of it, and then it's going to have a redstone torch here, and there's going to be carpet on top of this torch, but I'll go back and do that in a minute. And we can also break out, I'm going to break out the rest of this here. I remember the pattern though, so that's fine. So this will just make it easier for us to get down here and see what we're doing. So again, we've got a redstone torch, which is going to have a lever on top of it. Right here, we're going to step down one, put a white wall with a redstone below it here. Or on top of it, I should say, not below it. We're going to have another white wall below that with a redstone torch on this top block here. Below this second white wall, we're going to come down in forward in diagonal one and down. So down one and then forward one. There we go. That's easier to explain. And then we're going to make a ring of white wall going all the way around, which is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've lost count. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 by 15. So we're going to count this as 1. And basically what we want to do is we just want to have a ring of white wall going all the way around, leaving one row of grass on each side. So let me see, we'd come up to the third layer here. So this would, how do I want to explain this? Let's just bring it across here to the left. We're going to leave this row empty here. And then we're going to bring it down, leaving one row empty. We're going to bring it across, leaving one row empty. We're going to bring it across here, leaving one row empty. And then we're going to connect it back up to this white wall that we placed in the middle. So this should be a total of 15 by 15 if you've done it correctly. And now we can get to the redstone itself. Simply all we're going to do is I'm going to go from left to right. So we're going to place a redstone dust in the middle here. We're going to put a repeater to the left of it, pull it all the way back. We're then going to put an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone dust to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put a repeater going into the redstone dust, which now makes me wonder, did I do this one right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so this repeater here wants to be going towards the redstone torch that we placed in before. We're then going to put a redstone dust behind it. And then we're going to bring redstone dust all the way across, breaking out this second block here, and replacing it with a repeater that goes this direction, so towards the graves, I guess you could say. We're then going to bring redstone dust coming all the way across again, breaking out this second block, and then placing a repeater that goes this direction. We're then going to do that same thing again, breaking out the same second block here and putting a repeater that goes in this direction. And then there's redstone dust leading back to the redstone torch, breaking out this one to the right here, and then replacing it with a repeater and pulling it all the way back, like so. So this is a little hard to, I don't fully understand how this clock works, because some of the repeaters like go back into places where they shouldn't. That makes sense. So I'm not 100% sure how this works. But I guess that would be something for Ciaran to explain. But that is how it looks, so that's how I'm going to leave it. So, again, I'm going to go back to the left here, and what we're going to do is where we've got this repeater, we're going to go into the second redstone dust to the left, and we're going to bring out a total of 1, 2, 3 white wool in front of it. This one here is going to have a redstone repeater that goes in this direction, pull it all the way back, 2 redstone dust, and then a piston. Is that a lawnmower or a car? Okay guys, I'm sorry about that little cut there. It's been really noisy around my area today, so people were cutting their grass just before I left. There was also some other machine out there going on, so I just decided to end the video clip and come back when it's a bit quieter. Hopefully we won't get disturbed again during this, because it's getting really annoying. The past few days have been like this. There's been a lot of road works going on, so a lot of drilling and into the road and whatnot. A lot of people cutting their grass. A lot of music's been going on out there. It's getting really annoying, to be honest. So I just decided to end the video clip and come back when it was a bit quieter. So as I was saying before, we're going to come to this middle redstone torch here, and we're going to go to the left. We're going to go into the second redstone dust here. We're going to place a repeater that goes in this direction, so it goes into the redstone dust. I don't know if this is accurate. Like, it's how it is in my world, but I feel like the repeaters are going the wrong way. I feel like it should be going this way, especially if it wants to push a piston out. But I'm going to build the rest of the redstone how it is in my world, and then I'm going to see if it works. And if it doesn't, I'm going to change the repeaters around, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so now we've got that piston there. We're going to add a couple more of these on. So we're going to go around to the right. We're going to turn this corner here. And right here, we're going to go to the third redstone dust. So this is 1, 2, and then we're going to go to this third block. We're going to place an extra 3 white wool in front. A repeater that goes into the redstone dust again. No, is it? No, actually, we want it going away from the redstone dust, so into the piston. 2 redstone dust in front. A piston. I need to grab a piston back, just because I put the lever up here outside a video to try and test stuff out to see if I got the repeaters the correct way. It didn't really do much, so again, we'll sort out the redstone, then I'll go back and test out the different directions of the repeaters. But this piston here wants to be pushed out, and that's correct. We're then going to follow around to the right here, and we're going to go into the third redstone dust again. And I do apologise if I cough a lot. It's just because I've just had something to eat, and after I eat I get a really bad cough, so I do apologise for that. We're going to put 3 more white wool in front here. We're then going to have a repeater that goes into the piston again. Pull it all the way back. All these repeaters want to be pulled all the way back. This one isn't, apparently. What about this one? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're going to put 2 more redstone dust with then a piston. We're going to follow around to the right again, and once again we're going to go into the third redstone dust here. We're going to put 3 white wool. We're going to put, a repeater that goes into the redstone dust here again, with then 2 redstone dust, and then a piston. Alright, okay, so that is the first layer of redstone done. So I'm going to give you a view from above here, and let you copy that. All the pistons are regular pistons, they are not sticky, so make sure you get that correct while doing so. So you just go ahead and copy that. This final bit of redstone we now have is a minecart track leading to some redstone torches, which then lead to some more pistons. Sticky pistons, that is. So let me see, where do I want to start for this? So if we come to this first piston here we did to the left of the redstone torch, what we're going to do is, right under this second redstone dust here, we're going to put an extra 2 white wool underneath. We're then going to come out 1 to the left, so we're under the piston. And then we're going to make a ring of white wool. So we're going to go to the right, a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This counting is the first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Being right underneath this piston again. And then the middle block's going to have a white wool up here like this. We're then going to turn, and we're going to do another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white wool going in this direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, once again being under the piston. So it's a 7 by 7 circle, or square. So again, underneath the piston, and then we're going to connect that up, like so. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And again, the middle of each side is going to get one more white wall brought up, like so. Okay, so now we can go back and we can do the powered rails, or the rails in general. So that one doesn't... Okay. So, let me get my bearings right here. Okay, here we go. Just had to make sure I knew where I was. So we're going to face this redstone torch again underneath the lever. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a regular rail under... Not a torch. A regular rail underneath the piston here. We're going to put a powered rail to the right, and I'm going to need a lever for this to power up the powered rails. We're going to put a lever in front of the powered rail. We're then going to have two regular rails. Oops, two regulars. And then this one here is a detector rail. Then we're going to have a powered rail, a regular rail, a powered rail with a lever. You can see this one here doesn't get lit up, and that's because it's going to get lit up when the minecart run, or I don't know the correct word for it, drives over the powered rail here. So only this rail here gets lit up. Okay, we're then going to have, let me see, two regulars, a detector, a powered, a regular, a powered with a lever, two regulars, a detector, I believe, yeah, detector, powered, regular, powered with a lever, two regulars, a detector, and then a powered. Okay, so that is what the minecart track looks like from above. Trying to give you all a good view of it. Now we can do the redstone torches that lead into sticky pistons. So we can get rid of these minecart tracks and levers. We're going to grab a sticky piston. So, once again, if we face the original redstone torch we placed in, we're going to go to the detector rail on the right here. We're going to add an extra 2 white wool to the left of it like this. We're going to put a redstone dust here. We're then going to put a white wall here with a redstone torch on top. We're then going to put one more white wall with a redstone torch on top, and I believe this has a sticky piston on top of it. It actually doesn't in my world, and I don't know if I destroyed that when I destroyed the floor. But I'm going to assume it has a sticky piston on top of, because that makes sense. Okay, and we're going to repeat that pattern next to all the detector rails. So next to this one, we're going to put 2 white wool, redstone dust, torch, white wool, torch, and then the piston. Over here, again, the white wool, the torch, and then the piston, like so. And then just here as well. Yeah, I must have destroyed the pistons when I destroyed the floor, because otherwise it makes absolutely no sense for these torches to not activate anything. So yeah, they must have pistons on top of. I'll double check that. Oops, wrong block. This wants to be a white wall with a torch and then a piston. Okay, there we go. So we've done that now. And that is the redstone complete. So, I really feel like, because when this lever gets pulled, yeah, it's supposed to release the minecart. And then when the lever is pulled, yeah, I think we made a little oopsie in my world when we originally did the redstone. I think all these repeaters want to be facing, or at least a couple of these repeaters want to be facing different directions. Because when you pull this lever up here, what's meant to happen is when it's in this position, all of the redstone gets turned off, all the pistons get pulled back, and it sets off the minecart, which would then set off these sticky pistons and would decide which player is the seeker and which player is the hider. And then when this lever is pulled again, it's meant to set off all the redstone, which would then push all the pistons forward to stop the minecart from going anywhere. But I think when we built this in my world, we did the redstone wrong. So I'm going to leave it how it is, like this, because this is how it's meant to work, but it's just not how it works. And I know Ciaran also did a test of it in a recent video. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it like it is here. And I remember when I was updating this a little while back, because I got a correction from UFO saying that all the cyan wall had been changed to red, and that was correct. So thank you for that. But when we were updating this, I checked it in the realm me and Ciaran were in, and it wouldn't work on there either. So I think someone's gone back to Ciaran's world, and they've changed out all the repeaters in there as well. But if you want a working game, have it how I have it, like this. Okay, so now when we pull this lever again, I just want to demonstrate all the redstone's going to switch off, all the pistons are going to get pushed back. When we turn the lever back, all the pistons are going to get pushed out, like so. Then when we add a minecart on, this is the final thing we have to do here, just have to add the minecart. We're going to put it on one of the detector rails, and whichever one it lands on is the one that would get pushed up. So we pull this, and now you can see the minecart's going to go over all the detector rails, which is going to activate all the pistons. And then I believe you pull this, and it just ends up, getting stuck on a certain... I don't know how the decider works entirely. I don't know what these pistons actually do, these sticky ones. But I'm going to switch realms quickly, so I'm going to cut this out the video, or switch realms, switch worlds, so I have an updated copy which has the actual flooring in. So I'm just going to quickly do that now, and I'll be back in a minute. I can go back to the one that has the floor. I didn't put it in the plastic texture pack, but oh well. I can live without it. Ugh. Come on, world, load. Oh, come on. Minecraft on Switch is terrible. I mean that. Here we go. And I'm in the town, apparently. Here we are. Okay, I am back, and I have spawned in my... And yeah, I was right. There are meant to be sticky pistons on top of all these redstone torches. I see that now that I'm in my main world. I must have destroyed these in the copy when I originally... when I originally destroyed the floor. So, now we've got this. This floor is very simple. So first of all, we're going to grab some new materials. We're going to grab lime wool, yellow wool, purple wool, and red wool again. We're going to fix up this pathway. Oops, this needs to be lime. Yellow, lime. Then we're going to have yellow. And this middle block here is going to be a yellow carpet to cover up the redstone torch. So if I put that on top of the redstone torch like that. And then we're going to have two more yellow to the left and right of the... Or one yellow to the left and right of the lever here. Okay, so... Now, what we're going to do is on the left hand side here, we're going to come behind this corner yellow. And in the floor we're going to place two red going forward like this. We're then going to put two to the right, so we should be right in front of the lever here. And then we're going to put, let me count this out here. I'm not in the plastic texture pack on my main world, so it's a little harder for me to count. 2, 3, 4 red wool going forwards. So this counts as the first one, and then we're going to add 3 more behind it. So it makes a total of 4. Okay, we're going to turn. We're going to put an extra 3 to the right to make a total of 4 again. We're going to come forward by 2, to the right another 2, and then forward another 2. And we should be in line with this middle lime wall here, which is correct. And this is going to have yellow wool all in between, like so. There we go. And then we're also going to need some new materials here. We're going to need stained glass. I can get rid of the carpet. We're going to need red glass. I think we just need all the colours of So we need, we're going to grab lime glass, yellow glass, purple glass. If I can find where purple glass is. What's tinted glass? Huh. Didn't know tinted glass was a thing. Where's purple? Here we go. Purple and red. Okay, there we go. So, to the right of what we just did here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put 2 to the left. We're going to go forward 2. To the left, we're just going to bring it around the red. And then we're going to extend it out 1. And then we're going to come forward 2. We're going to put a, what colour glass is this here? We're going to put a yellow glass here. This should be on top of the sticky piston. We're going to put 2 yellow wool to the left of that glass. 2 in front. And then we're going to bring it to the corner. Like so. Okay. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to move up with a row of lime wool going across here. We're going to bring it forward 2, if I could. Then we're going to bring it to the right 2. We're going to bring it forward. I'm going to bring it forward a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. But it does go in that direction a bit further. But for now, I'm going to do 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put 2 to the right. Then we're going to put a yellow. Then we're going to do 3 reds. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have, and I need to get rid of that minecart so that the piston, there we go. So there's going to be a red glass here on top of the piston. We're going to come behind that by 2. To the right by 2. And then we're going to bring it all the way down to the corner like that. So if I come up here, this is what the floor currently looks like. So feel free to pause and just copy that as needed. Okay. So moving on, let me see. Which side do I want to start on here? Because this is where it starts getting a little trickier to work with. I don't know. This is where it starts to get a little bit trickier to work with. Let me see. Let's come back to the slime side we were doing just a minute ago. So where we've got 4 here, we're going to add an extra 2 in front of it like so. Bring it to the left an extra 2, and then place a lime glass on top of the piston. Go behind the glass by 2. To the left by a total of 3, so an extra 2, and then bring it to the corner. And where did I place? Okay, there. It's fine. All of this in here is going to have yellow wool in between. So just go ahead and fill this in with yellow, like so. And again, give you a view from above, like that. Okay, and now we're going to come back to the red side over here. I know I'm doing this a little bit weird, but we're going to grab some purple wool now. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 purple here. We're going to go forward 2, to the left an extra 3, so it's a total of 4. Forward an extra 1, 2, 3, so it's a total of 4 again. To the right a total of 2. Forward by 2, if I could place them, there we go, and then to the right by 2. And then that should, yeah, that should line up with that yellow block there. All of this here is going to have a red in between it. And now we're slowly getting to the back wall, so that's good. So now what we can do is, to the left of this red stained glass here, we can continue the red on that we've just done. So in front of these three here, we're going to go forward a total of, let me count this out. We're going to bring it to the edge of the purple, and then we're going to extend it out 1. We're going to come to the right by 2, forward 2, and then bring it over to the edge of the purple, so it lines up with that purple block there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on this back wall. So we're going to come back to where we have this red here. And let's come to where we have these 4 purple, and then we have 1 red to the left. We're then going to place 1 yellow. Then we're going to place a redstone lamp, which is actually lit up. So I need to see what's below this. A lever. Okay, so there's a lever below this redstone lamp that goes right here. And was this like that? I think so. I hope so. So we need to get below here, and I need to grab a lever now. Here we go. If I could get down here. And that's going to flip on like that. So this redstone lamp is lit. We're going to put a purple to the left of that. Then we're going to put 1 in front with 2 red to the right. We're then going to do a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purple going to the left of this red. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're then going to come forward 2 here. To the left 2, and then forward all the way until we touch this purple wall. And again, I know I'm doing this a little weird. Over on the right here, we're going to bring it forward an extra 2. We're then going to place a purple glass, with then 2 purple wool to the right, 2 in front, and then we're going to bring it all the way across like this. Okay, we've got 1 more row here, which is going to be lime, and then the rest of it's going to be purple. So, we're going to have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 lime in the middle here. We're going to come forward 2 on this left-hand side. To the left 2, and then forward all the way till we touch up with this red block. On the right over here, we're going to bring it 1 past the glass, 2 to the right, and then forward 1. And then the rest of this is going to be filled in with purple wool. And again, I will give you another view of this from the top in a moment when we're finished. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a top-down view here. Feel free to pause and copy the floor as you see it here. Just remember to put the lever below the redstone lamp when you're finished. Okay, so there's a couple of torches on the floor we have to add in. And then that will be this selector done. And I'll demonstrate the redstone and how it works when we're finished. So for the torches, we're going to come to this front left corner here. There's going to be a torch right here. So again, if I just pan up and then let you guys see that, or copy that, I should say. We're going to go to the right over here and we're going to place it on this corner yellow. And then we're going to go forward and we're going to place it on this corner red here. And then we're going to go to the left and we're going to place it on this corner purple. And they are all the torches on the inside of the game here. So go ahead, pause again, copy those, and then you're done. That is the game selector done. We've done the grave, so that's fine. Ciaran can't tell me off for not doing those. And now I'm just going to demonstrate the redstone and how it works. So basically what happens is you pull this lever, it then releases the minecart. So right now below us, if I just kind of break down here, if I had the minecart in there, I didn't think about that. Essentially what's going to be happening is this minecart's going to be whizzing all around down here. And then if we come back up, if I can find my hole, here we go. Replace the yellow. You can see all these stained glass are now getting pushed up. And so you'd have one player standing on each side. So it's a 4-player game. So one person would be standing here with the lever. Another player would be standing over here. Another player would be standing back here. And then the final player would be standing over here. The person standing over here would then pull the lever, and whichever glass block stays pushed up, in this case it's the lime wall, that is the person who goes in and seeks the hiders. And then that would stop the minecart, obviously, so the pistons get pushed up. And then you just do it all over again. You just repeat the cycle on the next round, and whoever, again, the glass pops up on, is the person who has to seek. And yeah, that is Maze Tag Game Selector done. Oh, there is a sign actually. I just seen that. Okay, let me add that on. It's a birch sign and it goes on the left hand side of the entrance. And it says Tagger Chooser, just like that. Tagger on the second line and then Chooser on the third line. And that is the Tagger Chooser done. So, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I'm sorry there was some edits in there due to noise. Wasn't my most productive video. Wasn't probably one of my best videos, especially when it came to the redstone and my explaining of everything. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one where we will build the actual Maze Tag game itself. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.